everybody. Yvette LeFlore with Healing with Yvette, here with Patrice Freeland from Wonderful Land of Oils. And we're here to talk to you about utilizing crystals and oils because they are natural and our bodies sync with them. We want to talk about self-love because you know what? You've got to love yourself before you can love anyone else. So let's give some ideas, Patrice, for oils and crystals that help promote the loving of oneself. I'm going to let you lead us.
Yes. That's so good. And self-love is something that we hear a lot, and we, do things like get massages and whatnot to help support ourselves. But truly, the key to happiness is really like diving deep into accepting and embracing exactly who you are and where you are in this path. And the perfect place to start with that is bergamot. This is the oil for self-love, and self-love has lots of definitions. It's I love my talents. I love the things that I'm not as talented at because that gives others the opportunity to shine. I love my body. I love where I am in life, even though it may have been hard. That's led me to where I am today. I love the way I think and the way I laugh. It is self-love in all of its forms. It's a beautiful citrus and it uplifts the mood. We need to be uplifted before we can even talk about that love conversation, but it does it in a way that is very soothing. It's not an uplift that's going to make you want to just, run out and take action. It's an uplift so that it opens you up for possibilities and for thinking and reflection. It is beautiful in a diffuser. It blends well with pretty much anything that you want to put with it. It's also the flavoring to Earl Grey tea. So if you have a nice white or black tea, you can add a drop of it and just drink that in, enjoy that moment, and get those beautiful emotional support notes from it as well. One safety note about bergamot is that you can definitely use it on your skin. It's very brightening to the skin. If you've got dark spots or splashes, then adding it to your favorite skincare is going to be helpful. However, it is going to make you very photosensitive, which means that you will sunburn a little faster than you might normally. But this is going to be an oil. If you want to use it topically to use in the evening, just make sure you're not going to be hopping in a tanning bed or out in the sun for about 12 hours after you use it. It's a beautiful oil, and it's one that's really going to get you started off on the right note for self-love.
I want to have us have a brief conversation because you talked about putting it in your tea or an Earl Grey, which is my favorite, ingesting the oils, because I think it's really important for people to realize the difference between the doTERRA oils and other oils you may find in other places.
Yes, absolutely. So, the quickest way to say it is that you only want to ingest a completely pure essential oil. And the only ones that you can find that you can do that are doTERRA. What you want to look for on the label is this supplement fat. And it will specifically say, for ingestion, here's how you do it, just like you would any other food or beverage that you would eat or drink. If you don't see that supplement fact on the label, then it's not going to be something that you want to take internally.
And I think it's so important to remind people of that because there are lots of runaway crystal. There are lots of people out there who have not so great things to say about oils, but they're talking about the oils that are not safe for you. And so get the FDA approved oils if you're going to put them on or in your body. Okay. So I want to talk about Celestine for self-love because this helps quiet the inner saboteur. And you might be saying, I don't have an inner saboteur. I'm going to suggest that we all do. It just might be that yours isn't as loud as others, which is great. That means you've done a lot of work. And there are times when situations arise. Patrice was talking about the bergamot and loving yourself and loving the things that you can't do. Celestine is going to help you accept those things you can't do. When that self-saboteur comes up and says, but you can't do that. Nope. I love the fact that I can't do that because there are other things I'm good at and I need to leave something for other people to do. So Celestine also helps you with your intuition. The more you can turn into and tune into your intuition, the more you begin that you can really feel an appreciation for your connection and how you support yourself. So Celestine is going to help you do that. And you know what else it's great for is getting a good night's sleep. And you are going to be more likely to love yourself. It is a way to love yourself and a way for you to come from the space of loving yourself when you've had a good night's sleep and you feel well rested. So Celestine is going to help you with all of those things. And it's a great crystal. So if it's going to help you with sleep, you can go ahead and put it near your bed on a bedstand. So that it helps you with that peace and calm feeling, so that good night's sleep overcomes and that saboteur says bye-bye.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And sometimes those sabotaging thoughts come about because of our impressions of how things should have gone, regrets and guilt that we may have. And this is where Copaiba is going to come into play. Copaiba is an oil that I recommend that every person use in some way every day because of the positive impacts that it has on your body, your emotions, and your spirit. It is the oil of unveiling. So it helps us actually see situations as they are and learn what we can learn from them and then move on. We do not have to hold on to things. We are not defined by our past. And part of self-love is that acceptance and that learning and helping us get into alignment with our higher self. And as Yvette mentioned, be able to tune into our intuition and the pure goodness that we are. When you use Copaiba, you can diffuse it. It doesn't have a particularly strong aroma. It's a little like a pine tree. So it's a good one to mix with things like bergamot or other oils. And it's going to just help let all of that go so that we can just be aligned with who we are and enjoy that and foster that. Physically, it is amazing. It helps to manage our mind and mood. It helps to give our physical body some relief from any physical discomforts we may have. And it's very supportive to our immune, respiratory, and digestive systems. It is one that I call kind of like the highway to health and happiness. It's wonderful to use in a lotion or carrier oil anywhere on the skin. This is another one that has that supplement fact, and you can use it internally, which is the way I use it every day, and just brings that balance, brings that contentment so that we can just be in the moment and enjoy that for what it is.
So I got caught up in the highway to health because I just started singing, highway to health.
Yes.
What happens, my mind goes. So you were talking, Copaiba helps with transitions. And so interesting. For those of you watching this, what I want you to know is Patrice and I do not share what crystals and oils we're sharing until we're doing our recording, right? So it's always amazing to me that we're in such sync, although it's not amazing because we are connected on a higher level, right? So Moonstone helps move you through transitions. If you think about it, Moonstone is divine feminine, and that is feminine is cyclical and cycles and transitions. And so having yourself move gently through transitions and cycles is really a way to love yourself. Because particularly as a woman, you're moving through cycles on a very regular basis. As a human being, you are moving through cycles on a very regular basis. You think about the moon and you've got cycles, right? And so Moonstone is going to help you through those transitional times, whether it's work, school, life, relationships, or just personal health, Moonstone's going to help you with those transitions. And it also helps with compassion. And I really think that self-love is rooted in compassion for yourself, for all the things that may not go the way that you think that they should. Having compassion for yourself, that you know that you are always doing your best. You're always doing your best. Remember that. No matter what happens, you're doing the best you can in that moment. You learn from it, and maybe you do better next time, but you have compassion for yourself. And Moonstone would be a beautiful piece of jewelry for you to add to your collection. If you find that inner critic is there, maybe even finding a Moonstone and celestite combination, that would be beautiful, because it's self-compassion and silencing the inner saboteur. The two together would be, I'm going to have to see if I can find that jewelry, because that would be a beautiful, beautiful piece to have on those days where you're feeling particularly not nice to yourself. So Moonstone, self-love, compassion, transitions, cycles, it's got your name on it.
Yes, one of my favorite rings is this Moonstone ring, and it's a huge piece of it. And I feel so connected and good when I wear it. Yes, definitely get yourself a piece of Moonstone jewelry. And if you can get those other stones with it, even better. Well, we would be so remiss when we are talking about embracing the feminine energy. And when we say that, that doesn't mean these are oils just for women. Everybody has masculine energy, everybody has feminine energy, and we choose those oils when we want to bring out those particularly facets of what we need in that moment. And the queen of the oils is rose. This is the oil of ultimate femininity. And this is the oil of love. Whenever I get into a state of despair or discouragement, brokenheartedness, then rose is the oil that is going to come and heal that wound. When I am not sure how to handle a situation and I'm feeling a little irritable or reactive about that, then rose is going to help me reset and how can I handle this with love for myself and the other person? It's the oil that I turn to when I'm not sure where to go, because the answer is always in love. And as we've been talking, that love has to come to ourselves first. And then that allows us to express love for others. And this is what I call an investment oil. It takes thousands and thousands of rose petals to make rose essential oil. So it is very much a labor of love. And you can feel that when you have that beautiful bottle. Another option, if just having the pure oil is not within your reach at the moment, is to get it in a roller where it's already pre-diluted for you. And I love this because this is what I want to carry with me all of the time. It on a physical aspect also is so supportive of your immune system. So you don't necessarily think of going to rose when you're not feeling well, but it's a really powerful one to go to. It is amazing for skin conditions. My friend has a client, he's a male who has a bald head that he shaves regularly, and he will just rub that rose right on it because it soothes his skin. And it also makes him feel really, really good. And it's just another great example of roses for everybody. So this is not your grandma's potpourri either. If you're not a fan of rose scented things, please make sure that you are experiencing a true rose essential oil, because you will feel it in your heart the moment that you experience it. And you can diffuse it and you can use it topically, and it's just beautiful.
This is not your grandmother's potpourri. I think that's my favorite line from you. But it's true. It's rose and lavender oils are ones that are so often replicated, and I can't think of, not a true scent, that repel people. And you are the true oils of both of those are just delicious. Okay, last we have tiger's eye. Now, tiger's eye, you may say, why does this have to do with love? Because this is known as a great protector stone. Well, when we think about self-love, one of the things that we want is protection around us in order so that we can embrace ourselves, love ourselves without feeling like there's going to be outside sources creating angst. So tiger's eye is going to be a crystal that can help you with that. I just realized I have a tiger's eye ring on today. And it also helps feelings of self-worth, which ties deeply with loving yourself. When you feel that you have value, that is truly loving yourself. And tiger's eye is going to help you do that. In addition, tiger's eye is like this connection between spirit and earth. And there you are in the middle, right? You've got the earth, you've got spirit, you've got you in the middle. So it allows you that connection to the divine, to Mother Earth, and to realize that you are being hugged from both sides, if you will. So that self-love, you're being enveloped in the love from Mother Earth and the spirit world. And there you are, all in the middle, just loving on yourself. So tiger's eye is a great crystal for you to add to your collection for that purpose. Patrice, I want to go back to the bergamot for a minute because, like I mentioned earlier, we don't know what each other is going to talk about. But one thing I learned from you is that combining bergamot with grapefruit is a really good combination for bath and also for your skin, because the combination is about the self-love of the body, which is something that people do not have in a society that is always telling us there's something wrong with our body. So I wanted to see if there was anything else you wanted to add about that, but that combination is very powerful.
Yes, 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 yes. And it is so difficult to narrow down these presentations to just 3 crystals and just 3 oils. So know that there is actually, an extended option for the topics that we discussed. And grapefruit is very specific to love of the physical body. And as you mentioned, that is something that we are purposefully, from a commercial point of view, kind of encouraged to not ever accept, because then we keep buying things and, trying to change and whatnot. You're beautiful and amazing. And that is such a part of celebrating who you are, is we are here in this physical plane, in this beautiful physical existence. And that is something to be cherished all of the time. And so, mixing these love oils together, grapefruit is wonderful to be diffused. It also helps support our body in its physicality and in its metabolic function. So it's a great one that has that supplement back to use internally and to diffuse and to use topically on the skin with the same notes about the sun. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is an important part of the conversation around self-love.
Mm-hmm. As always, Patrice, thank you. Thank you for having this conversation. I love that we get to bring the oils and crystals to people because they are natural. Our bodies are natural. They are natural, symbiotic. They work very well together. And we hope that what you've learned today, you'll take into your self-care routine. Thanks, everybody.